Well, how are you? If you are coming on in, come on in. I am just hanging out today, just doing a little bit. I know I was on earlier today. I'm not doing any readings. I am just doing kind of like what I should have been doing on Monday. But if you're coming in, welcome to Naturally Divine Goddess Tarot. I am your goddess Shawna, and welcome, 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 welcome. Um, I'm pretty sure people are like, "Wasn't you on earlier?" I was like, "Yeah." But I just wanted to come in. I'm not doing any readings. I'm just doing tea time and dropping a little bit of information for everyone. I thought I wanted to do just a regular video, but then I'm just like, I don't feel like doing that editing. Let me just go live really, really quick. So you can share me out if you want to, but I just want you to know what this week is bringing, what the rest of the week is bringing in, and what's to come, because there was some things happening, especially for today. This is a new moon in Aries, which is really, really amazing. And on top of that, I have my notes here. So if you see me looking down and everything, you're like, what in the world? And of course, we had the solar eclipse today. I wanted to explain what all this energy means, okay? And then get you prepared for the Mercury retrograde, which is tomorrow. So it's a lot of going on. But I just want to get y'all prepared, okay? So that's it. I just want to get y'all to prepare and for you to know and get some clarity of, well, why things are happening, why this energy's been crazy, and all of this is. Let me tell you the reason why, okay? And I just might do a new moon reading, maybe, as a collective. We'll see where we at when it comes to the info. So, solar eclipse. Solar eclipse, this is a rare hybrid type of eclipse, okay? So you got a couple different types of eclipse. You got the solar eclipse, and the lunar eclipse, and then you got the, either total or half, okay? This is happening today. And on top of that, this is falling on the new moon in Aries. So let's get into what's so special about this solar eclipse, okay? It's a rare solar eclipse that is going to be taking place for the alignment. It only happens like a couple times. It doesn't happen all the time, and it happens, when I say a couple times, that's what I mean. Like, it happens only a few times every 100 years. So the last time we had a type of a rare solar eclipse, it was 100 years ago, child. So it's taking place. Solar eclipse takes place when when the sun, the moon, and the earth are aligned, okay, are lined up. As the moon passes between the sun and earth, of course, it casts a shadow. Very simple, right? And it blocks out the sunlight in certain areas, okay? Also, like I said, there's 4 types of solar eclipse. You got the total, you have the annual, you have the partial, and you have the hybrid. This is a rare hybrid. All right. A little back thing. This alignment happens occasionally because the moon doesn't orbit in the exact space or in the same plane as the sun and the earth, according to NASA. Okay. So just a little bit of just facts right here. The time when they are aligned is known as eclipse season, which happens twice a year. Okay, so what does hybrid mean? Right? What does the hybrid solar eclipse, what does that mean? Well, it's a combination of some things. It's a combination of the total eclipse and the annual eclipse. Okay, annual eclipse. And what it does is it becomes a ladder. The form becomes the ladder and then reverses back. Okay, so this is giving this natural curve. You get to see the natural curve. So I don't know if some got a chance to see it. It did happen like really, really super early in the morning, depending on where you were. I know I didn't get to see it here, but it did happen like super, super like first thing in the morning. Okay, all right. So what does this bring? What does this mean when is a solar eclipse? They represent, or eclipse really represents, changing, shifting, right? Quick shifts, sudden decisions, endings, and new beginnings. All right. They invite us to into making changes necessary in supporting our greatest fulfillment. All right, and happiness, even if we can't see it through the chaoticness, and in that moment, that's what it's bringing along. All right. The spiritual meaning of this is bet on yourself. Easy, 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 easy. Are you up for the challenge? Are you up for the change? Are you up for the challenge of betting on yourself? Okay. Oftentimes you will see this particular rare solar eclipse is known as the Ring of Fire. So and it's super bright, so you really, really see it. But it's also based on where you are in the world. Okay, this is a rare, potent cosmic event. Is an invitation to keep in mind, without destruction, there is no creation. Okay, there are two sides of the same coin. So I kind of had to, put that one down in my notes for a reason. On top of this, today marks the day where the sun is in Taurus. So we have the solar eclipse happening, and then the sun going into Taurus as well. It's entering Taurus. So you have Taurus season is right here. It's like right now. Okay. So the eclipse portal is opening, and we are entering in the most transformative and intense time of the year. So get prepared. That's why I wanted to I couldn't hold on to this information no longer. I had to let y'all know what to do with this. Okay. And what's so special that when it falls onto the new moon, it inspires us to let go of the past and start writing a different story. I know I've kind of went on this the last time I talked about an eclipse. I believe, I think this was like last year, and I was telling everybody, like, look, it's time for you to write your own story. It's time to close the chapter, let go of what's no longer serving you. Hence why a lot of you today that did get a reading, it was about letting the past go. For some that I was, can remember, and leave what no longer serves you in the past. Like, you got to keep moving forward. You have to be in this constant forward movement. Okay. Also, it symbolizes drastic new beginnings and turning points, and often marks the times of unpredictable and unexpected shifts in our lives. As a collective, things are going to be happening. It's also, it's that change, the change that is very necessary. Okay. So a little astrology here, even though I know I'm already talking about astrology. Let me just go a little bit deeper with astrology. Okay. The eclipse is in the North Node. If you know anything about astrology or about the astrology chart, this is what I'm talking about, is the North Node. The North Node of the moon, and encourage us to move forward or move towards the unknown and explore new paths, embrace unfamiliar ways of living, and align with values that resonate with our purpose. Because the North Node is in Taurus, this new beginning comes as a reminder to slow down, okay? But also focus and embodiment and grounding. because Taurus is a earth sign, right? Yeah. I was like, right? I had to think for a second. This is Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. All right. So it also is going to help us connect with our senses and simplify our lives, build a strong foundation of self-worth, and allow ourselves to appreciate the pleasures that if that life can offer. Okay. So being that the solar eclipse is in Aries, I know it kind of sounds confusing, but the sun is in Taurus. Okay. This is like the first official day. A lot of times you base it off of the 21st. I think the almanac is like the 21st or the 22nd, depending on whatever calendar you want to go off of. But back in the day, it was like right at the 20 and 21 with those days. Okay, so this is in the first sign of the zodiac. It hasn't been in the first sign of the zodiac in a very long time, which brings in powerful inspiration to for us to start new and redesign our reality. Okay, and this is also the second Aries new moon in a row that it has happened. All right. So it was also, it's also called the blue new moon, if you ever heard that term before. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Being that the solar eclipse is in Aries, it's an indicator of completion. So a lot of you are coming to a closure and a completion to a lot of things that's going on in your life. You're about to write you a new chapter all the way together. All right. It's coming to a closure for completion and closure, which corresponds to situations getting into an extreme, to a breaking point. It's like bam. It's at the tip, and it has to come down. Okay. It's at the top now. It's down. It's at its breaking point. Okay. So this is integrating, lessons learned before we move on and to start something new. All right. So let's talk about the sun and the moon squaring with Pluto. All right. This represents the desire for change and fear of letting go. So this is what some of us will start to feel, especially when you have Pluto in your chart, and this depending on where it's at in your chart, where you can feel it the most. It's time. In the upcoming days and weeks, plenty of opportunities is going to be presenting ourselves to deepen our self-awareness, okay, while being available, one, to do so. So a lot of us will go into hermit mode and do some self-evaluation, or really getting down into self. Okay, we will have changes to work. So if you are working, a lot of you are going to have some major changes happening at your workplace, and they are necessary for things to get in alignment and for things to happen on your behalf. Okay, understand, no matter how it happens or what happens with it, it is for your highest and greatest good. Okay, this is the time things are going to be shaken up and getting shook up. This is your tower moment. This is the tower moment. Also, we will have the chance to work on releasing coping strategies. Okay, I have the chance to work on that. Also, behaviors and patterns that keeps us stuck in stagnation. Okay, and repetitiveness, repetition, and disempowerment. Okay, the activation of Pluto suggests that we will have opportunities to see our psychological and emotional nature from different vantage points. Okay, which is good. You get to see it differently and it's for you. I'm telling you, this is a good change. It's just now it's being forced to where we are transforming. Okay, we are coming out of the cocoon. Spirit wants us, and the universe wants us to spread our wings and fly. All right. And also gain more objectivity about it and deepen our personal transformation journey. See, that's the same thing I just said without even looking at it. All right. Indicate while this is going on, while the sun and the moon is squaring with Pluto today, if you look at the chart today, this is a higher indicator. I mean, a higher indicator. It indicates a higher potential for power struggles. Power. Let me get my words together. Power struggles, that the need to feel in control. So there's going to be a lot of push and pull here. And, you know, I feel like for some that's in the workplace, that someone is going to try their authority. Someone is going to try to say, you know, you need to do it this way because I'm in this position right now. And you're like, I'm not doing it this way. Ain't nobody listening to you. You know, because I do it this way. So there's going to be a lot of that. Also, this could be in a relationship. This can be, you know, in the home front as well, especially dealing with the kids, letting them know, hey, I'm in control. So none of y'all pay for nothing around here. Okay? I am in control, you know? So it can be feeling like that. So general feeling of tension. Okay? And a desire for evolution and transformation. And the fear, okay? The fear of the loss that all changes implies. So when you start to change, things start to change around you, you can have that 5 of Wands of resistance. You can and have this internal conflict going of like, wow, why is this happening right now? Why it's got to happen to me? Why this got to be the way it is? Well, this is the reason why. Okay. Also, the new moon solar eclipse in Aries is about initiation, renewal, and creation. Okay. What was just said? What was one of my favorite things I just said? Without destruction, there is no creation. Okay? So understand that. Overall, this is bringing in the a potent energy of initiation and propels us into a transitional period in our lives. Okay? This event is an opportunity to connect with what we truly desire to create. Ask yourself, what world we desire to live in, okay? And begin taking action in that direction, okay? So eclipse season is starting right now. It's already done started. So we're entering in a period of unpredictable changes, fast shifts, and unexpected turning points. Okay, so once again, it's inviting you to let go and let whatever it needs to run its course fall away, right? Release what is meant to end. Don't keep holding on to something, hoping change is going to happen. You got to let it go. You got to let go, let God, right? That's that type of energy. Okay. What has no longer meaning in order to create space for what is meant to arise and blossom. Bam. Simple. Easy said and done, right? So that's what this solar eclipse and this new moon is definitely bringing in. Do your rituals. Write down new intentions. Okay, get that out there. Let the universe know what world do you desire to live in? What is in your world? All right. Now, that being said, let's get into this Mercury retrograde because it has an effect on me because I'm a Virgo. But it has effect on all the earth signs, and I will get into that as well because all the Mercury retrogrades is falling into, the earth signs. Great, right? So this is beginning tomorrow, April 21st. Okay, just as it's coming out of Aries season, it's going right into Taurus season. Bam, right there. It's no joke, and it's gonna moonwalk itself until May 14th. That's how long the Mercury retrograde is going to be going on. So not everything can run smoothly all the time. Okay, of course. Not everything can move smoothly, but this is a 3-week long rotation, 3-week long cycle. All right. Now, what does this mean? What does Mercury retrograde mean? This means it doesn't mean that the planet itself stops, spinning and moving. It just means it may appear that it's stopped and it's moving, but that's just to say that's only the optical illusion, right? So from April 21st to May 14th, Mercury will be going reverse in the sign of Taurus, okay? Which symbolizes Taurus is all about, being the bull child, and it's the first earth sign of the zodiac, just FYI. It's associated with the material world, okay? What does that mean? Objects, money, food, environmentalism, and resources of all kind, including financial institutions, is within its domain. All right. So it's great to have conviction, but think about this dichotomy. So be flexible. Flexibility is everything. All right. But don't worry. Don't stress over it. Because Mercury retrograde will help you get loose, help you become loose. After all, there's always a method to the madness. Always. So what do you do during this Mercury retrograde? Well, first off, it tells us, and we learn to surrender. Okay? We learn to surrender. We learn to let it go. Let go of the control. All right? So Mercury is all about communication. Okay? In all forms, listening, writing, reading, speaking, and so on. Whatever communication is, that's what Mercury represents. All right? It as well as the activities of closely related to communication, like negotiation. Okay, negotiation, contracts. And it also rules travel, automobiles, your vehicles, and shipping and mail, of course. Okay, so a lot of times people think, oh, it's messing up the technology and stuff like that, and everybody wants to blame anything that goes wrong on Mercury retrograde. Because why not? Why not blame them? Because the energy has been crazy anyway, right? But during the Mercury retrograde through Taurus, we realize, all right, that resting on laurels is never good. Never. People can always surprise you. Okay? Situations can always change. Yes, even the unexpected circumstances, may temporarily shake up, our stuff, what we got going on. But that's okay. A good shake is good, It's not like I'm shaking you to throw you off. I'm shaking you so you can let go of the control and go with the energy and embracing the energy. So within the next few weeks, you may discover your perceptions surrounding a certain person or a situation were actually wrong. And likewise, they could be feeling the same. Or you can begin to shift your perspective. All right. Remember, nothing is set in stone. Remember that, because that's very important during this time. Nothing is set in stone, especially when Mercury retrograde comes around, child. So, if you have in your chart a personal planets like the sun, moon, or rising, as well as Mercury, Venus, or Mars in Taurus, you better buckle up. You better get ready. Okay? And I believe my rising is Taurus, so I got to get ready. I got to get ready. I got to make sure of that, though. I don't know if it's like Capricorn or Taurus, but either way, it's right up in there. Okay? So maybe if you look at things in a different way or in a different angle, you discover that it's actually nothing like you assumed. Okay? After all, Mercury is shifting. Okay? Why shouldn't you? That's a great breakdown. Everything else is shifting. Why not you? Okay? So the more you plan in advance for the backward motion that's happening, the better. All right, so here's why. This was the main reason of this live. All right, so if you're traveling around this time, in between the 21st of April and May 14th, make sure you give yourself plenty of time for delays, cancellations, or even, anything that's got to go on with if you're driving or something. Make sure you get your cars, your trucks, whatever, get those things checked before heading on the road for anything. Make sure the oil is changed. Make sure your fluids is together. Make sure the tires are all the way together. They are rotated. They got enough pressure. Do those driver ed type of things, especially when it comes to the vehicles. Okay, so if you don't have a car or don't have a vehicle and you going by bus, make sure those things are taken care of as well. Making sure that the bus is not one of them, Chinese buses, from the East Coast. People know what I'm talking about with those. But make sure that everything is going accordingly. Okay, so if you're planning on signing important papers or a contract, please make sure you are reading the fine print. Wow, that was a goat. Make sure you are reading the fine print very, very carefully. Okay. Also, if you don't want to read the contract or read whatever, get a second opinion. Okay. Second opinion with some different eyes. There's nothing wrong with that. So for all y'all folks that's got to sign something and put something together, or, make sure somebody else reads it with that before you sign something. Okay. If you're considering going back to an ex, because they pop up, people, that you've let go in the past will pop up. It can be friends. It can be the ex-boo. It can be, ex-family members that you just don't rock with and they just happen to pop up. You left them for a reason. Remember that. Okay? You left them alone for a reason. Remember that. Don't look backwards. They are ex for a reason. They X'd out. They are X'd out of your life for a reason, because you let that go. They will try. So for some of y'all, them ex ones, even, they might be sliding up in the DM. Regardless if you have changed your number or whatever, it is the fact that you gotta let it go. And now they're starting to miss what they didn't have. So now you're like, I'm done with that. They are completely done. Okay. So be careful of that as well. All right. So keep in mind that it ends on May 14th. It ends on May 14th. So you will go through a little period, the post part, but it's officially so the shadow period will last up until the 1st of June. Ain't that something crazy? So I just want y'all to still remain vigilant. All right. Don't be surprised if you, around this time, that you have developed or adopted some radical different points of views. Okay. So don't be too hard on yourself. Be the open book. That's what I say. Come in it with an open heart, and don't resist it too much. All right, so this is what I was talking about. It is coming into 3 of the signs, the earth signs. Okay. And from the 21st of April to May 14th, this is in Taurus. And then the other ones, when that time comes, I would talk about it then. But I just want to give you a heads up. The other Mercury retrograde is going to be August 23rd to September 15th. Around my birthday, child. So, and that's in Virgo. It's going to be in Virgo. And then the next one after that is going to be from the December 13th to January 1st of 2024. Okay. So being that this earth sign is devoted in the bull, which is rooted in the materialistic world, Mercury retrograde means that the finances of all zodiacs will be affected. This focus will be on business, okay? Business, career, rather than the love life. So a lot of us is going to be focused on business, being business minded, all right? At the same time, overall, that the zodiacs will explore options to improve their financial conditions, okay, and broaden their horizons. So you're going to be broadening your horizons in your work field, okay? When it comes to relationships, all signs are advised to maintain healthy boundaries with people to avoid triggering experiences and go into self-reflecting mode, okay? So get focused on what you want your world to be, okay? Your individual world. It's also a period of transformation, creating opportunity to improve finances. Do you understand? I was hinting on the finances, okay? So improve finances, usher in good fortune, okay? So this is what is happening. And also devoting time to self-reflection. This is that hermit I was talking about. And can, it's always helpful at the same time. So make the best of this use. Make the best of this phenomenon without getting boggled down to maximizing and with the unfavorable effects of what Mercury is all about. Okay. That was big and major. I'm glad I'm live and I'm talking about this because this is kind of like what, if you got a reading today, this is what this reading is all about. It's preparing you. Also, don't go with it with resistance. It's not all hard. it can be easy as long as you allow yourself to go with the flow. Okay, I'm gonna leave this up as for so you can rewatch it. Uh, so check it out on YouTube under the live tab, I believe. Yeah, under the live tab, and I'm pretty sure it'll still be up as well on Facebook. But check, rewatch this, take notes. If you're trying to figure out what done happened, and why the energy, this is why. This is what's going on this week and what's upcoming. All right, so I just wanted to prepare you all, as well as I didn't take these notes for nothing. And I gave myself a third paper cut. And on top of that, I wanted to share this information all the way. So I did not miss my tea time moment, but I had a birthday on Monday, so I had to work, not work, but hang with Boo for his birthday. That being said, check me back out here on Monday with that week's energy, how to work with that, and to get a check-in to see where you at, because this is the start, honey. And tomorrow is Mercury Retrograde. Don't forget to do your new moon rituals. Write down, new intentions. Write down some new affirmations of handling and embracing this energy for this week. It's in Aries, so the new moon is in Aries, and Taurus is right around the corner. So, like, literally tomorrow. That being said, I hope you enjoy this little, rundown of energy of what's happening, what to embrace, how to embrace it, what to do. All right. Let me see if I got any more other church announcements. Nope. But check me back out here on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I do tea time and we get into the collective reading, and then we get into personal readings as well. And who knows, I might just pop back on here again, and it won't be tomorrow. I can tell you that now. It won't be tomorrow because I got to do some self-care, which I love. I love. So it's time for new routines. It's start for new patterns, y'all. It's time to transform and go through this beautiful transformation. Okay, and accept this change, embrace the change, and get us back focused on our monies, our abundance, and how we want us to live in our world. Okay, and to help others. That being said, until the next time, gods and goddesses. Where am I at? There we go. Peace and blessings. Take care, y'all.